And welcome back to another episode of Atlantic Fleet Battle of the Atlantic campaign. We will continue our existing campaign. And we are in December 1939. So the war is like 3 months old, 2 months old. Now, if I remember correctly, we had some enemy surface ship activity down here somewhere. And I had a lot of damaged ships. Just the one still in port being repaired. And a U-boat off of Ireland. Out of arc for the torpedo. That might not be, and it's not. One there. One there. And one there. Ooh. Cutting it a trifle close. And that's the end of that. Find it kind of Admiral Hipper against 2 destroyers. Oh boy. He must have been the one raiding down in the south. Well, I doubt very much they're going to have aircraft cover this time. And he's fired torpedoes. Interesting. Right, so flank, starboard. Smoke. Flank, starboard, smoke. Yeah, mustn't forget to use smoke in this scenario. It could prove fatal. He really likes those torpedoes today. Those three will miss us for sure. Oh, yeah. 8-inch shell on a destroyer. You know that's not going to work out well. So, let's dump our torpedoes and hope we get lucky. And they're saying 92.4 for a bearing. Way out there, eh? Spreading these out quite a bit. Maybe I'll just... And I'll have to keep that in mind for the other destroyer, make sure he doesn't run into them. Ah! What did I just say? Forget about the smoke? If I get sunk on this one, I deserve it. Stupid. So, starboard, smoke, move. Yeah, my smoke kind of covered the torpedo tracks for a bit. And starboard, smoke, move. How many flippin' torpedoes does he carry? Oh, man. He just dumped more torpedoes at me, so time for hard to port. Smoke, move. And it occurs to me that I say that I'd like to play this like a ship captain would play it, but then I'm more than willing to take advantage of looking under the water for those torpedo tracks. One hit. Right on the prop. Maybe that'll damage his steering, which would be good for a torpedo run on my part. Smoke, move. You gonna? No, the rest are gonna miss. Do I risk it again? I'm not going to get a much better chance on this. So, this will mean the end of this destroyer, though. Torpedo. 310 degrees. Not nearly so many torpedoes on this guy. He took one torpedo hit and he hardly even seems affected. And this is where my destroyer gets sunk. Fires torpedoes again. Really? And I don't think he's going to get away from this one. Alright, so... Port, smoke, move. Torpedoes do reload very quickly in this game for all platforms. Yep. He probably knocked out my steering with that hit. 3, 4, oh, 5. So I traded a destroyer for a cruiser. Off the shores of... just outside of New York Harbor. Just move him into Halifax. What else have we got going on here? Exeter, oh. Have they not been repaired? They have not. That's kind of important. They're going to be out of action for a while. Let's take the Velux. Oops. Take the Velux and move him here. Back to the shipyards. I don't imagine. Well, back up to 47,000 right now. Do I spend it all on destroyers again? That's not such a bad idea. That's all I've been doing so far. But victory is counted in whether or not the Kriegsmarine can sink enough merchant shipping. The best weapon they have for that are the submarines, and the best weapon I have against the fight submarines are destroyers. Aircraft can do some nice things, but they need a destroyer to spot them. So, here we go again. Yes, another destroyer. Yes, another destroyer. 34,000. Well, it's not a bad thing to be over full on destroyers. And we do the destroyer shuffle. End turn. And 2 destroyers versus 1. No torpedoes for this fight. I think it's going to be a straight up gun duel. These destroyers are pretty well equipped for that. 3 twin mounts. Elevation 21 degrees. 4.7 high explosive. too long. And I'm just going to move him straight up. Same target, 28.3 degrees. And short. One hit. He's going to be moving off to my right, so let's see if I can't close the distance a little bit. Should still have all my guns to bear on him. 15.7 degrees. Okay. You say so, Master Gunner. And short. And I'm going to send him to starboard. 24.9 degrees. Also short, but close. .1 degrees. That sounds pretty good. Just a bit too long. Let's see if I can get him to unmask his stern turret. Yes. 23.9. Three hits. And torpedoes. Destroyers are so difficult to hit with torpedoes when you know that they're coming. 14.1 degrees. Oh. .9 degrees. Oh yeah, that salvo was right on. He got 2 hits and put me on fire. Oh. Probably destroyed a... Oh no. Hit something really critical. That's the end of the Jackal. That's too bad. It will be up to the Jaguar to get revenge. 16.9. Well, that was a good salvo. So, he's moved towards me, I've moved toward him. I think this is going to be too long, so I'll drop down to 15. Well, a little long, but I tagged him with one. So he ends up probably at about the same range he was, while I get a little bit closer. I was a bit long, so I think this should be good. Longer again. So let's drop it down to 13. That was good. Now I have bearing information again, 13.1. Holy mackerel. 2 hits right on the rear turret. And he's sinking. Well, traded destroyers there. Good thing I just built a whack load of them. Oh, goodness. Destroyer versus a cruiser. Here we go again. Smoke, flank, move. Oh, goodness. 1 hit is all he needs. Smoke, move. Try to cut him off with a pass. Was that 2 hits? I should be so dead. Huh? I don't know what happened there. I would have thought for sure I'd be sunk after 2 11-inch shell hits. I should be. Secondaries now. I got a list. No, not really. It's sitting a bit low in the water though. Back to the mains again. Not exactly making it all that difficult for him, traveling in a straight line like this. In the more detailed ship combat tabletop games that I've played, you can gain some benefit from what they call salvo chasing. In other words, pointing your ship in the direction of the hit location of the enemy ship's last salvo. It kind of messes with the mathematical solution. But since both sides practice this, and he aimed right at me, but I don't think he's got the range. No. I'm glad it's a secondary hitting me, not the main. This is a long shot for a torpedo, even on a cruiser. I'm going to try to close the distance some more. Oh. Then again, I might not have a choice. That's a lot of hits. Yeah. 6 torpedoes. 91 degrees. That's 1. I imagine he's going to turn away. But the AI is funny. Like, when I hit that battleship in the very first episode and sunk it, I was really surprised that happened. Usually the AI is good about turning away from torpedo holes. Torpedoes cross each other. Yep, there he goes. And he fires more torpedoes. Well, I can't do anything more to him to maybe put some shells in him. If I try to run away, which is, you know, the sensible thing to do, I might have a chance of actually making it, but in this game, I've never succeeded in escaping someone who was chasing me. So, 4.7 armor-piercing shell, elevation of 10 degrees. Even that short. That was not a wise move, actually. Now that I think about it, my torpedoes have to stay around long enough to hit him. I'm still afloat. Smoke. Oh man. Yeah, good move, sir. Good move. Just enough to... I didn't make the spread quite wide enough. Oh, there goes my best chance for sinking him. Little 4.7 guns aren't going to do anything. Oh, mark up his paint some. Torpedoes again? Really? Weirdness. A single torpedo. Say goodbye. Not quite done yet. And I miss. I can't take much more of this. I'm surprised I'm not sunk already. Although historically, I guess, if you were a German surface raider in the Second World War and you are on the other side of the Atlantic from any base, you would want to preserve your ammunition, and a little destroyer is not much of a threat once his torpedoes are done. So to save your big gun ammunition for more suitable targets. He's shooting torpedoes again. Now, I don't exactly have the speed or the maneuverability to avoid them anymore. Elevation 12.8 degrees. And he finally sunk. Lay at light damage. If you hit them, you do light damage. West Sargasso Sea submarines. See now, where's that cruiser? That was a very weird torpedo spread. Flank left. Flank left. Flank right. Well, he's going to get two. No, he's not going to get the second one. Because now I can starboard, flank, move. That should just take him out of the way. Yep. Still, the heavy cruiser took one. See, right on his steering, so he has no control over what he does this turn. And I don't want to run into those torpedoes. Right, so there he is. One there. One there. In case he comes back the other way. One there. And in case he speeds up, one there. And that's the end of the submarine. So, that was down here. Let's move everyone up. See if we can't catch that German cruiser. Speaking of which, one light cruiser there, one light cruiser there. Now let's take this mob. Yes, mob. And where was that? Norwegian Sea. Leipzig. Against the Jaguar. Oh, crap. 3-star shell. We'll see if we can't cut him off. Oh, too much. A drunk man at the helm. Don't even know if I have any torpedoes. He's only a light cruiser though, so if I get lucky with some 4.7-inch shell hits, I might actually do some damage to him. If it comes to that. Oof. Here we go. Let's see if I have any torpedoes left. I do. A lot of them. Okay, so 310.9. In other words, the bearing that I'm... Yeah, well. What do you think? 4? Yeah, because they're going to hit as soon as I launch them, right? Yeah. And done. The Jaguar. Where's the Jaguar? Here? Yes. Move here, please. And the Suffolk can go up here and get repaired. Okay, well, I think I'm going to quit recording there. It's, I forgot to set my timer, but surely it's more than half an hour. So I'll, yeah, like I said, I'll end it here, and I'll see you next time.